Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Football Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers all around the world and interstate. The videos, the hits have been going up at least 60 a day now, Colin. I don't know what's going on. The overseas people must be looking still at the cricket, eh?
Very good. Well, before we get into the match of the round, the Pines versus
Well, it wasn't a match of the round,
Chelsea.
Colin. That's the biggest statement in the world, that understatement in the world. Anyway, it was in the early 60s, Colin. That was when my first year I was up in Rapagna. I done a very severe injury to my leg in the last home and away game in the last 5 minutes of the game, and I was out to the finals. And that was a headline for the first semi-final against Ararat.
So some people thought that may bring a negative effect on you.
Well, the stupid thing about it, that headline came out on Friday night, and I was in hospital on the Saturday. They They thought they brought the headline down at the paper in the hospital. It would upset me. That would have cheered me right up. So I didn't find out until 2 weeks later, that headline. 19-year-old, Colin. Yeah. For a headline, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
They thought it might depress you, but
Peatling's out this world swinging in game in Ararat's favour. It's unbelievable. That's like Chris Judd being headlines. He'll swing game in Footscray's favour. But it was a pretty good headline.
Very good.
This still holding up.
Murray Lawson is still kicking around.
He's still alive. He's 81.
See that there, and he reckoned that you were pretty good.
Well, I was pretty good. As a matter of fact, I should have won the best of fairness that year. I got the most consistent, but I should have won the best of fairness for Rapagna that year. Anyway, that's a lot of people up in Rapagna a little bit dirty on me. I don't know why.
Dirty on you?
Yeah, I should have won 3 best and fairest up there, and I was runners up twice, and I don't know why. These people know who I'm talking about there.
Okay.
Serve yourself right.
Sharpen up,
yeah,
people.
That's enough
But the day's gone by. Well, it's not rubbish, Barry. Don't put yourself
Well, it's sort of, it's probably, I'm still dirty on it, I tell you.
Yeah.
Really am. I mean, I give my heart and soul to that club, I tell you, for 100 games.
Yep. Well, let's move on to the current day. Chelsea versus Pines. Barry, what sort of day was it?
Very good day down there, Colin. Pines football ground is very similar to Chelsea to watch the game.
Yeah.
And the ground was in very, very good nick. No complaints.
Yeah.
No complaints, yes. I must speak up, yeah. But the changes...
Tell us the crowd, firstly.
Very good crowd, too. Very good crowd, yeah. We've got a good following, Chelsea. We mightn't get too good a following for the next few weeks, the way we've been going. That was the most pathetic performance.
So the crowd was good, the ground was good, the conditions were good.
Everything was good. But Chelsea's football exhibition.
Unlike the Bond Beach ground.
Well, no one talking any more about Bond Beach ground. It's the most disgusting ground I've ever seen.
Rubbish. Just tell us the changes then.
Out was Luke Clark. Can't believe he's out.
Why?
2-2. I don't know. Look, he puts in Luke Clark. 2-2 was out. 2-2. I mean, he played a very good last quarter, week before. I know he didn't play 4 quarters, but you got to get him back on the side. He smashes the packs, and he's a bit down on form, but he'll anyway, he's out. Williams is out, and Nicky Alsop was out too. And in came was Greeley. He's a Frankston Dolphins player. Well, I'm going to get him for 1 game, I think, for when he's not playing for Frankston. Connolly, Marusic, he was a bit ordinary too. He's a bit out of fitness, but will get better. And Jerusic.
Okay. So let's get into the game then.
Well, the first half was very ordinary, because not worth mentioning much about it at all. We kicked 3 goals, 5, riveting. 3 goals, 5, to Pines 6-4.
Yes, I've got that. Well, it says 6-5 here, 41.
Well,
I don't know, there's a little bit dodgy.
Anyway.
So that's actually the first quarter. It seems like it was pretty tight. Well, Chelsea was in front.
We kicked the first goal.
2 goals, 3, 15.
I don't take no that rubbish down there. That's all.
2 goals, 12. It says here. So they were slightly in front of the first quarter.
Yeah.
But they sort of overcome them in the.
Forget all about that rubbish. Forget it. Anyway, it was a very ordinary first half by Chelsea. Probably one of the worst halves I've seen for a long time. There was no rhythm and no passion. Anyway, the second half they just took over, and that number 11, the big ruckman.
What's his name?
Who actually got What's his name?
Berry, White, Peasy, Luca, Wheeler.
I don't know his name. Number 11 anyway. I don't know who his name is, but he was out ruck. Jackson Arthur was a bit order on Saturday, but he'll get better. Now he got the Anzac medal. They presented an Anzac medal after the game, would you believe? Like the AFL. But he played a good game. Not whoever we are, number 11, he played a good game. Killed Jackson.
Okay, so what was the final score? Have you got there?
The final score was 14-11 Pines to Chelsea. Pathetic 7-8.
50. So 95 to 50. So.
Nah, it was just one game. We've got to forget. I mean, this coach he's on the right track, I think, but they're not putting in. I don't know what's going on. There is just something lacking. Don't know whether it's the ability or they're not switched on enough, but smart enough, Chelsea, for God's sake.
I got a big shock for the weekend just around the grounds. Frankston YCW versus Coringal.
1 goal, I kicked Coringal.
1 goal 4-10 to 28 goals 20. 188.
I kicked 1 goal last week too.
What's happening at Coringal?
Half the side's gone. Told you last week, Chris Hay, or the 2 Star brothers, and there's 5 players gone.
Wow.
And the seconds, Frankston kicked 33 goals to 3 points.
Pretty shocking.
That's disgusting. Coringal, they were gun side the last couple of years.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Well, that's their problem, isn't it? We've got enough problems.
That's right. There might be an easy team this week. They have to play Coringal when we get to them. But
no, we're playing Mount Eliza next week, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. But let's talk about the goal kickers.
The goal kickers: Matty Smith kicked 2 goals. Bradley Clark, Toddy Gardner kicked a brilliant goal. Thomas kicked 1. He had a very quiet day too. Bywater was missing 1 goal. And Harrington, who kicked a lovely, nice long goal. Toddy Gardner, yeah.
Has Bywater been a little bit of a disappointment?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He just... I thought he started off alright, he kicked a goal, and he was just out of position, playing out of position. I don't know what he's doing. He's got to get your mind right, Curtis, for God's sake. He can play.
Okay, well...
And there wasn't too many best players, Cal.
Give us the group of best players.
Well, not the group. You've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
The best players were Gardner, as usual, Greeley. They were the 2 smallest players. Two of the smallest players on the ground, and they were the 2 best players on the ground.
Yep.
Bradley Clark and Matty Smith kicked 2 goals, but the rest, not worth mentioning, right?
In the paper, it had Toddy Gardner and Greeley, best players.
Well, it's about time we got something right.
Bradley Clark.
Well, there you go.
It also had Attard, Baxter and Dyer.
Baxter, he gave 2 50-metre penalties away for a goal. 2 50 metres in 1 go, Colin.
So he contributed to 12 points minus.
Yeah, and he's giving him the best player there.
Best player.
Well, that's how much he knows, isn't he? Who is he?
Bobby
Fatso?
McAvoy.
Big Fatso?
They got wheelchair access at
times. That really sort of half turned the game to give him that goal. He got the free kick in the centre of the ground, and when he finished up, he kicked from the goal square.
Did they have wheelchair access at the Pines?
I don't know. I don't know. Look,
your mate McAvoy.
Who was I standing next to? I forget who it was, but I was racked off, putting it very mildly too. And
we've done the best players. Then give us your votes. 1 vote. One vote.
It's a phone. 1 vote. Well, Bradley Clark did put in. I mean, he's 1 go. He has a go.
Yep.
He really does. He didn't play well, but he snuck into 1 vote.
2 votes.
2 votes to Jake Greeley. Him and Toddy Gardner, they look alike, I tell you. 2 votes to Jake Greeley.
3.
And 3 votes to Toddy Gardner, again, who had, I say he's probably had about 24 or 25 possessions. And most of these fellas who do right down to getting a few possessions, give them a rate. There might have been 2 or 3 players never had a possession, Colin.
Really?
Yeah. Not 1
possession.
You want
to name them?
No. They know they are. But it was just, hope we don't repeat that again, but we're going to have some players coming back.
Okay, Barry, well, give us the highlights of the game.
Well, I wouldn't call it a highlight, Colin, but I'd say it was probably the most, well, not the most, put it this way, there's only 2, if the rest of the team performed like and put in like Toddy Gardner and Jake Greeley, we would have been a lot better. They're 5'8" each, 5'6" each or something. They're just into the packs. It was just the most pathetic performance I've seen for a long time from Chelsea. But Jake Greeley, and Toddy Gardner. Really and truly, they are. But we only got to have Jake Grealish for one game out of 10 or something.
Well, it's better than nothing, because
But he's a little
we've got
smart.
Toddy Gardner, who's favourite to win the Barry Peatling
Look,
Best and Fairest Award.
well, I said about 6 years ago, but no, but he is. He's a little star, Toddy. I'm telling you now. And that goal he kicked was a beautiful goal too. But anyway, that's not too much more we can say about this disgusting exhibition of
So not
football.
too many highlights at all.
No, that's the only highlight that.
Who are we playing next week then, Darren?
I think it's Mount Eliza.
So be Mount Eliza where?
No, we're playing at home next week. Yeah.
Yes. Playing Mount Eliza at home.
Not sure. Where's the record? The record.
There we go.
Somewhere?
So who are we playing?
We are playing Warren, who are predicted to be the number 1 or 2 best sides in the competition at the moment. They beat Mount Eliza too by 4 or 5 goals, didn't they?
That's right. Langwarren 87, Mount Eliza 61.
Yeah, they've picked up a lot of good players, so I've been told by the Snake. So
Snake
it'll be
man.
a tough head. But anyway, we're getting 2 or 3 good players back next week, so we just got to start from scratch again.
So that's we're sort of over all the public holidays and all the festivities, and they're all behind us.
All those Fridays and Saturdays and whatever, good Fridays and good Thursdays and good Wednesdays.
So that's all behind us. So back into we're right into the rhythm of the season now. So look forward to that next Saturday. You'll be there live, and I'll pop along. Oh no, actually I won't be, but I'll rely on your eyes.
Well, it will be a good game, I think. It's
to tell us all the ups and downs and the ins and outs. So that's it for the football.
Yep.
But you got some Cheerios to give us.
Yeah, I got some Cheerios. My little darling Annie, and they got a very big birthday. Annie's aunt is 80 today. They have a very big. I told you about their parties. They eat for about 2 days. We're all going to be starting at 3 o'clock today, and Lloyda, she's the number 1 cook. She'll be looking after all the cakes, and Ariane and Jimmy's going to do all the cooking. They wanted me to go up there. I said, "You got to be kidding us! You're just around the corner, Philippines." But and then Carl and Jack and Bea and Mia and of course PH. He rang up a couple of days ago, and his lovely lady Shandy and Carlos, and they're going right there. And he was telling me Shandy works 2 jobs.
Yeah,
well. She's a busy girl. She works in a hospital and she works at a casino. Well done, Shandy. You're looking after himself, looking after PH and Carlos. Hope you're going all right. And yes, Tony from Latvia.
Yes, he's back.
He's been back for the last. I was checking on the hits where they are, what part of the world they're in. He's tuned in the last 3 weeks. He's an ex-Chelsea boy, Tony from Latvia. Hope you're getting a good video. Hope you're watching the videos, Tony, and we'll try and keep you up to date with if Chelsea's going to improve on. Because where's Latvia? It's a million miles away, isn't it?
Eastern Europe.
Hey, 12 hours behind?
About 10.
10? So this time of the day is past 2.
In the morning.
Yeah, about 8 o'clock at night, wouldn't they?
No,
anyway, Tony,
morning,
I hope you're going alright, Tony, and hopefully next week we can give you a report of a win, a change. So keep looking, mate.
So
that's all for me today.
And it's goodbye from me.
Got rid of all that thing out of my system. Bye-bye.
Yeah.